Good morning, guys. We're out here again on another day on our shed project. I believe I mentioned in the last video about my slight change in plans for what I want to do with the doors. Pretty much what I'm wanting to do here is move the door opening up a little higher. Reason being is I changed my door idea from a simple kind of garden type door to an actual pre-hung kind of house style type door. With that comes the door frame and all that stuff as well, so by the time I got it in there it would be under the 6-foot mark, which would mean you hit your head. What I have to do here is move up the opening another, whatever, being 4 inches or so more, just to give you your headroom. Other than that, on track where we need to be. As you seen in the previous videos, the sheeting's done, the shingling's been done. I have all my material and everything I need, as well as my hardware like nails and hinges and stuff. So we'll get all set up this morning, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'm not sure if she's picking it up or not, but I have the header removed, and I have the jack stud removed out of the side here. Pretty much what I'm looking to do is replace the header, but make it a little shorter, we'll say up into here, just a few inches. Once I've replaced the header in there, I'll go ahead and put a longer jack stud in there, re-nail her down, and then I'll end up having to cut, whatever, being 4 inches or something, 3 inches out of the top of the sheeting there, so it makes the clearance I need. Just giving you guys a little update. I haven't done the other side at all. I was just giving it a bit of a feel through first before I wreck both sides. So we'll get this all put back together, and we'll start on the second side. Well, guys, I got the I guess you could call it reframing in all done. Not sure if the camera will pick it up. As you see, I've moved the header up about 3.5 inches. So now I've got this little strip here to cut off, and then it'll be the height that I need. I just needed the same to the other side. In hindsight, I probably should have, done this before I put the roof on, and that way it would have made it a little easier for the nailing and everything. But hey, things change, plans change. At least I didn't have it, sided or painted or, insulated and all that, and then decide that, whoops. This way it's just some little sheeting adjustment that needs to be made. So let's make our cut and go from there. Well, guys, there you go. Got the one door all framed up and cut out. As you can see, it's noticeably taller than the one next to it. That's about the height that I'm going for. I tried to use the circular saw, but it was kind of nasty holding it above your head like that. So I got out the old reciprocating saw, so it's not quite, perfect, but the little trim molding, kind of like what I've got on that shed there, will cover up the difference. So let's strip down the other side and get it framed up too. Got both doorways cut out now to the height that I was looking for. I know the cutting ain't quite perfect because, well, you know, when it's done with a reciprocating saw, it's not going to be just so over the skill saw, which is a nice smooth cut. But once I get the door in there and put up the trim, you know, you'll never know the difference. So we'll do a bit of a cleanup here, and then we'll start working on the building of the doors themselves. For those of you that don't know what a pre-hung door is, or you know, if my idea doesn't quite come across as clear, pretty much on your standard house door, it comes with its own, you know, frame, and in that frame has your hinge holes as well as the door, which is mounted in the frame. So what if you see here, you have your top of your door jamb up, and then you have your sides, which pretty much holds the top up. So what we'll do is we'll take our cross measure across there and cut the piece, and then what we'll do is we'll take our vertical measurement and cut them as well, and then we'll nail them together. And then once we have them nailed together, then we can start making our door. So like I showed you there, you take this measurement going across, which on ours will be for a 32-inch door. So you want to measure about 3/4 inches on either side more. So that would be about 1.5 inches more to take into account for the vertical pieces, because you want them to hold up the top of the jamb. So let's get cutting. And okay guys, just giving you a bit of an update here. I have the boards I'm going to use cut for my door jamb. I've cut them to fit, and I'm just about to nail the top here to the sides. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it first with PL Premium. It's kind of a construction adhesive. It's really good for all sorts of things. Just to give it some extra strength, we'll give her a glue, and then we'll give her a couple of nails in her. And then after we've done that, we'll make sure she's square, and we'll put on our little braces. And then what we'll do is we'll start probably cutting the plywood here for the door itself. Okay guys, so pretty much what you do is you just take your tube of PL, give her a pump down, put a bead of adhesive on the board, and then after you've done your adhesive, you slap on your top board, kind of like that. You know, and pretty much this stuff is strong enough that it would pretty much bond on its own. But when it comes to something like a door or something that's really going to be used and, you know, not slammed but used, give her a couple of nails just to hold her. Kind of like that.
And that's pretty much what we're looking like here. You know, it's going to seep a little. You can clean that up with a rag or whatever. It kind of does paint. You can notice it a little. So what we'll do is we'll square up what we got here. We'll give her a square up, and then we'll start on the other one. Okay guys, I got the first door jamb made. It's just setting in there. It's not squared. It's not, you know, anything like that. The OSB pieces you see at an angle and down there at your feet are just to keep it squarish. So this is just to give you an idea of what it's going to fit like, and if it's you know, to go ahead and cut the OSB or cut the plywood for the door. So pretty much once it's in there, you can take your cross measure here. It should be, you know, 32 across. You take that measurement from across and then down, transfer it out onto your plywood here, and make your door from there. Okay, so we've got our plywood cut for the one door, and both sheets I've got cut, so basically both sides. Just to give you a rough idea, what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to lay a 1x6 in the middle, just like that. Goes from top to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is build a frame inside the door with the 1x6er, and then I'm going to put another one right at the doorknob height, and then we'll sandwich all that together with the other piece of plywood here, and then we you know, give her some nails. This is what I have laid out. I got a perimeter of 1x6s on top of a sheet of 5/8, which will be sandwiched between another sheet of 5/8 on top. We'll put another 1x6 across at doorknob height. We'll give her glue together with the PL and a few nails in her, and then she'll be together. Okay, so once you got all your boards cut, everything kind of semi-straight where you want her, take your PL and you know, give her a good bead or so of PL on her, and lay your board back down in her. Then do the same with the other one. Give her a good bead or so of PL. Okay, so when you got your boards all glued in where you want them, measure down roughly where you want your doorknob, and I've already cut a board, so we'll put it, you know, across where I want her. What's the inside structure going to be like on this door. And once you got everything situated where you want her, go around around, add a few nails. So once you've got your nails in place, go around again with your PL, adding some more. You know, can be generous with it if you wanna, or you can be Scotch. $1, 1 tube of PL. So once you've got your adhesive laid on there, grab your plywood, pick her up, and give her a drop on. Give her a shift around a bit, get her to roughly where you want her. Once you've got her where you want her, add a few clamps. Okay, so once you got your clamps all on them, on the port holding everything down, run a few screws in. Of course, when you're running the screws in, just be careful where you put them, because when you get up around this area, this is where you're going to want to drill your doorknob hole, and you don't want to be trying to cut through a screw to do that. After you've done that, you're pretty much ready to put it in the frame and go on to step 2. Okay guys, the door's all screwed together. There was some gaps there, and the screws pretty much sucked it all in tight. All we really need to do now is drop it into the frame. And then we'll add our door stops, the little pieces that go on the back of the door to keep it from swinging all the way inward, you know, opposite swing. So let's get her dropped in there, and then we'll cut our back pieces, back stops. For the little door stops, these little strips right here, what I've done is I took a 2x2 and ran it, set the table saw at 3/8, ran it through the table saw and cut strips, and you're going to use those strips as my backspace, my door stop to keep it from swinging the other way. So what we'll do is we'll fasten those on with our brad nails, but to make sure we don't get the strips too tight against the door, we'll use little shims. And what the shims will do is they'll have a little space to keep it away from the frame, away from the door. And it'll give it that little space that it needs so it's not too tight. Okay, and once you got everything all set up, all your shims in, just go along with the brad nailer and nail it all together. Well guys, the door's in the hole. The hinges aren't on it yet or nothing like that. It's just setting in there. The hinges I'm going to use are these ones here. They'll kind of mount somewhat, probably like that. And that way they're going into 2x4 there, and this is going into the plywood as well as the 1x6. And then those ones there, unfortunately, are probably going to miss the 1x6, but they are going to get the plywood. Maybe I might end up drilling another couple of holes, you know, just to catch the 1x6. But we got to get her squared up in the opening and slide it up slightly. I have about a 1/2 inch gap at the top, so get her all squared away and nail her down and put the hinges on. Well guys, there you go. She's hanging in the opening. It is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've been working on this door since 9 o'clock this morning. And she opens. Trying to decide if I should call her a day here. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or should I start on the other door? She's like your house door. She's a pre-hung door. She opens the same way. It's gonna have a doorknob right about, you know, here-ish. So I'll have to cut out a little area here for the striker plate and stuff like that. Well guys, I've decided to call her a day here. I got the one door made and hung. I wanted to get the second door made and hung, but I've, you know, whatever. I'll get at her tomorrow. But as always guys, thank you for watching Maxwell's World, and comment, subscribe, enjoy.